Hi. Okay, so today we're going to discuss the how to actually enter something in Automate 365 from just entering a simple prospect or insured inside of NowCerts. So to get started, okay, so right now we're inside the NowCerts system, and I'm going to just enter a brand new prospect that's come to my agency. We're going to click on Add a New Entry, and we're going to click on Prospect. Okay, so from there, we've entered the basic information in there. So when I come to automate, this information should have already been created in here. And here it is right here. The Donald Duck, this was already created just from entering some basic information into NowCerts. And we'll see here's I didn't put an email address in there, so I just put in the phone number and then a date of birth. And then here's his address information over here. Okay. So now we can update this information. So let's say, um, I forgot to put in his email address and he comes back and says, hey, here's my email address. So I can come back and put in an email address. And maybe I got his address wrong. So this is the address we're using right now. So let's change it to um, something else. So it's instead of the address there, we're going to go say it's in Alabama somewhere. Okay, so we'll update this information, click on update. So now the only changes I made were to the email address now, and then I changed the actual address. So now when we come over here, let's refresh this just to see the changes that were made in here. So just to illustrate that, so because I entered information um, in the contact section, so basically he is a contact of his own record. So that's why there's actually two records set up there. The record that we were interested in here is this record right here. So now you can see over here that the email address was added, and now the um, Alabama address is over here. So same information that was sent over from the other system. Okay, so that's great. We are able to add a prospect, and we can now add we can make a change to that prospect. So what happens if they, purchase some business from us? So now we're going to change this now from a prospect to an insured. So now, as you see, the status of this person is now it's a personal insured. It's no longer a prospect; they're actually a customer of ours. So now, when we come over here, let's go see what took place over here. Yeah, so now you see over here, this was updated over here. So now it's no longer a prospect, it's now an insured. So this changed actually from before this was had a little tag of prospect, and now that was removed, and then this one was added. And now when we come over here to the additional info, let me just hide these other fields here. So now you're going to see some policy information. So basically everything I entered in the policy information, including the policy number, when it's effective, um, who the insurance company is, what type of policy it is, including the premium, was all brought over here. Okay, so so that's now a insured, and so that's actually a closed piece of business, um, automatically created just from changing the status inside of here. Okay, so let's take this one step further now. So, um, so let's say, for example, we just wrote this piece of business for this person, and then down the road we get something in the mail that says their policy is going to cancel. So um, we come in here and we come to pending cancellations here. So we click on save, and we'll come right over to automate over here and see what happens here. So as you can see, as I was waiting, um, we got an email that went out, and we also had a text that went out. And basically, this fired off a campaign just saying, "Hey, your policy is going to cancel," and we input the cancellation date and how they can get it reinstated, basically from there. And this also went in the form of an email as well. That undefined basically is just a signature that I don't have set up in the account. So that was started basically from, let's go to this part of it. And I gotta actually, so this actually is quicker than the refresh of the system. So this actually is like this is actually in live, whereas this information requires a refresh. So the contact itself, and here it is right here. So you see the tag pending cancellation. So that was added just by that workflow. So we can see that right now it's in an active workflow right now, and that's this cancellation right here. Here's the opportunity. If we click on that, we can see that it's in pending cancellation, notice was received, and it's assigned to that person. And then it also said that we added a note and we added a task. So here's the task right here, and this can be seen on the dashboard also, and then we applied a note to this policy. So we also sent this note back to NowCerts. So this note is also visible inside of NowCerts. So if we come back over here, and if we come back over to the information, so this note is actually going to be available to be seen here. Okay, so that's how the cancellation gets entered. Now let's remove the pending cancellation. So if we come back over here, and we're going to say, okay, it's no longer pending cancellation. So now it's been archived. So it's basically over here. So it's no longer in pending cancellation status. So we'll come back over here, and then we're going to have to, we would have to refresh this because this is in the same session. So we have to refresh this over here. So the system is still recognizing this is technically as a pending cancellation. So if we come over here, so the tag is still there. It's still in a workflow, and there still is an opportunity. But the status is now has been updated. Basically, the way the renewal campaign works is that's going to work off of the expiration date. Next year, about 65 days prior to this date. So, sometime in late August, this is going to get put into a workflow.